Welcome to another part of Jack X. This time we're going to be completing the Yellow Eco Cup and all of story mode. We're ending the game here finally. Let's fucking go. So first of all, circuit race. Gotta do the circuits, gotta do the boring fucking circuits. Haven't we already done a waterfront loop circuit, by the way? I'm pretty sure we already did a circuit in this track before. Oh god. So, yeah, not much left now. Just gotta get through these races, you know. Also, I kind of miscounted. I thought, you know, all these were like 50 points. No, it's 60. So, if you get almost all golds, you can do the Grand Prix. So after this race, we will unlock the Grand Prix, and that is everything. There's nothing else to unlock at that point. We will have unlocked everything in the fucking main part of the game. At this point, we would just have to unlock all the additional shit from doing races, and then do the Grand Prix. That's it. So yeah, like, I don't have much else to say about this fucking circuit here. I mean, you already know about the circuits, you already know about the fucking, like, track here. You already know about everything with this bullshit here. I'm pretty sure we've already done a circuit race in the waterfront loop, so yeah, I have nothing much else to say about it. Not even any glitches really happen anymore at this point. You've already seen everything. All that's really of any concern to me now is just making it through this shit and being done. Because yes, we are nearly done with Jack X now. After this part is the bonus part, where I show all the bonus content. So we're nearly done now. This is nearly the end of the Let's Play. So, all that would be left now is The Lost Frontier. The fucking PSP game that everyone wants to forget even happened. That everyone wants to believe isn't canon. Like, that's it. After this, we are done with all of the games made by Naughty Dog. It will just be that fucking PSP game, and that's everything of Jak and Daxter. And by the way, I haven't even played Lost Frontier before. I've seen gameplay. I've seen differences between the PSP and the PS2 versions, in which for some reason, like, the PS2 version has, like, slower FMVs and lower quality graphics and shit, which, why? Why? The problem with the PSP version is that there's some fuckery of the controls, but I'm not playing it on an actual PSP, so the main problem with the controls is the stick, because the stick on the PSP sucks. I'm using an emulator, so it won't matter. So, you know, I'll get the better graphically looked better one and the better FMVs in the PSP version. Actually, no, the PSP version has whatever. There's a lot of problems with the PS2 version compared to PSP, and subsequently the same for the opposite. I'm choosing the PSP version, and I'll probably put the PS2 version in for the FMVs as a replacement for the higher quality shit. I guess the FMVs there are higher quality. Anyway, next up,
the Atoll Arena has plenty of places to hide between cliffs, so keep moving and be a hard target. Don't get stuck in the water or you'll be a sitting duck. In the open areas, hit your targets hard and then get to cover.
We already know this, Kira. We know how deathmatch works. Hell, I'm pretty sure we did a deathmatch in Atoll Arena before. I feel like we're just doing the same events we've already done before. I'm pretty sure we've done that a few times already. And I'm pretty sure there's been like a few events and races that have not been like connected throughout this entire thing, which might exist in fucking like normal multiplayer. Which, by the way, I can't even do normal multiplayer in the PS4 version. A reminder on that you know, even though online was, you know, dead for PS2, and obviously they weren't going to bring it back for an emulation of this game, there was local multiplayer in Jack X. Also, I phased through a car. But yeah, there was multiplayer, local multiplayer in Jack X. And what they do in the PS4 version of this fucking PS to the PS4 fucking port of Jack X, they basically removed the multiplayer, including the local. They removed local and LAN multiplayer from this version. The most fun with Jack X that anybody can get after the excruciating kind of pain of dealing with this fucking not very good story mode of Jack X and unlocking everything from it. The whole point to doing that would be to unlock everything in order to have a good fun time in Jack X with the multiplayer mode. That's where the most fun is. That's where most of the fucking fun is. In the multiplayer. And in the fucking PS4 port, they got rid of the multiplayer. Because they didn't want to emulate and bring back its own online components. They got rid of local multiplayer in a game that desperately needs it. You can see why there's a lot of problems with the PS4 version. You can see why the PS4 version really suffers with this fucking game. Because single player on its own is not good. And because all you can really do is the single player, it makes this really fucking bad. So yeah, let's get the deathmatch out of the way and then just like move on. I believe the last one did a deathmatch here, we had to get 25 kills. In this one we have to get 10. This is easier than that one fucking qualifier and won the last cup, where shit should be at its hardest. And it just feels more like it's tedious. It's not good. It's really not good. I really, really wanted this to be an enjoyable Let's Play for me. But all I got was bad memories. Bad fucking memories. And just a bastardization of a port for a game that I and a few others actually do like. We did have fun memories of the PS2 version in the past, me and others out there. And the PS4 version really fucked it up. But whatever, I still won this. I still won this deathmatch. Ended it in an explosive way. We're done with this. We can now move on to the last two matches of the game before the Grand Prix. I got a side panel. Let's go and do this next one here in Iceland's.
Let's try a nice little death race up and over the mountaintop highway. Phew. All those ups and downs are enough to make a girl sweat. And you'll be sweating if you don't win this event. Show 'em how it's done, Jack.
Isn't your fiance, you're like fucking torn? Why are you acting so sexual to me still, Ashlyn? What the fuck? I'm surprised Torrent's okay with this. You know? I'm surprised he's cool with his fucking girl acting so sexual still to Jack. It's kind of... It ain't right. It ain't fucking right. You know? You'd think she'd kind of drop that at this point. Anyway, it's just this, the death race thing again. You know, 240 kills get me gold. Yeah, it's in 20s. It's not a long map. It all comes down really to your second and third lap. Just go to fucking town. And, yeah, after this will be a tour. A fucking circuit race for a tour. And after that, it's Grand Prix time. So yeah, this is it really. This could be the end of the fucking game, really. This is where it all matters. So, how do you feel about this game, honestly? Like, mainly about this port, really. How do you feel about how they handled Jak X compared to Jak 1 to 3? Because I feel like they did a really shitty job at it. And compared to their other ports, this is the worst one of the bunch. Like, they really fucking half-assed this. And from what I've heard, the PS3 ports were better with Jak 1, 2, and 3 than this one is. So they did a bad job overall with porting this to the PS4.
Out of my way.
And this was like after months of nothing for the PS to the PS4 thing. It just feels like they gave up at that point for doing this shit. And that's just not fair. Like right now, as I'm recording this commentary, it is like the 20th anniversary of the PS2 or whatever. And they're celebrating it right now. They're still not going to port any more PS2 games to the PS4. They've quit that shit.
Oh, his eggs got cracked on that one. I can't
This is just really fucked on Sony's part, really. It really is.
lead, follow, or
I
get
don't
out of the
like
way.
it. Anyway, this is it. Final normal race before the Grand Prix. It's time for one more tour.
This is the snow track, and it's a real test. There'll be lots of terrain changes here, so be careful and stay sharp. Remember to keep high in the banks, or you'll drop into the icy water below. If you don't use weapons, it'll be a cold day in hell before you win. Use 'em or lose 'em, Jak.
Got it. Right. So,
He's only starting.
obviously, it's a sprint, one lap. It's a big race. You know, it's all of Iceland. And we just gotta make it through this tour and be done. You know?
Here comes the blur.
And after this is a Grand Prix. 3 races. 3 more fucking circuits. And we're done. So now it's time. Who do you think is going to be the mystery driver? Because it's going to happen in the Grand Prix. We already been told to be a mystery driver for the Grand Prix. Who is it going to be? It's going to be GT Blitz. When you really think about it, who the fuck else is left? You know?
Don't mess with
Kira's on our side, so is Daxter, so it's not them. It's not going to be Pecker, because I don't think Pecker would be an asshole to us at this point. And again, GT Blitz has been the most antagonistic to us out of every other enemy that we have been introduced to in this game. He has been the most obvious in trying to fuck us over and discourage us and split us apart and just downgrade us constantly over and over again with his live show and everything. He fucking hates us. And also, I timed it just right. So, I think it's going to be GT Blitz. Because no one else makes sense. And there's no other characters that you can think of that have yet to appear that would make any kind of fucking sense when it comes to this game. It really is just GT Blitz. So that's my guess. What's yours? Can you think of anybody? Can you really think of anybody that would fit the role of Mizo as the secret fucking racer? Because we all know it's gonna be Mizo. And Mizo, to me, it's gonna be a GT Blitz. We're about to find out. Because we're more than halfway through. We're getting close now. So, here we go, guys. What do you think is going to be our final boss fight of this game? Who do you think is going to be our final quote-unquote boss for the final Grand Prix of Jack X? Don't comment below because it won't fucking matter. You're always going to see it anyway. But just have it in your thought right now. And if you already played the game, you already know as well as I do. But, let's just say that I'm just guessing here. Alright? And I'm guessing it's GT Blitz. Because it makes the most sense story-wise so far, and for what we've fucking seen. So, I have now done every race. I now have every medal in the fucking game. I pretty much have 100% to Jack X. Except for the Grand Prix. And the unlockables in the bonus area. Are you ready? It is now time for the Grand Prix. But first, must listen to Kira talk about the Grand Prix.
This is it, Jack. The Yellow Cup Grand Prix. The winner of this race will be the Crash City Grand Champion and take home all the marbles. Rumor has it there's a mystery racer in this final competition. Mizo must be pulling another one of his dirty tricks. So be careful and get ready for anything. We're counting on you, Jack.
Alright. Let's fucking do this, everybody.
Welcome, everyone, to the final race of the season. The winner here will take home all the marbles and virtually run Crash City when it's all over. And the loser? Wait, this just in, there's been a late entry for the Mizo team. Sources say this mysterious wheel jockey is one of the best drivers in the world. So stay tuned for all the death and destruction.
Well, it's the final race, eh? It all comes down to this. I just hope I didn't miscalculate the poison's potency. Win quickly and save yourselves. I want that trophy.
I don't feel too good.
Me either.
Your father's agent better have those antidotes waiting at finish line.
I've got your back, Jack.
And I've got yours.
Hey! Who's got mine?
I do.
Kira?
Kira, you're not going to race.
Daddy, I'm racing, and that's final.
Ah, just like her mother.
Let's do this. All for one.
And one meet in the groin.
Let's make Mizo pay.
So yeah, Kira, on her own accord, has joined in to race with us. Except she'll be racing against me, really. Hopefully she won't be a bitch here. But, who is that over there in the purple car? It's GT Blitz. It's GT Blitz. You see how fucking obvious this is? Like, think about it. Think about it. The last time we got anything this fucking obvious on a main villain was Jack 1. Because it was introduced to us at the very fucking beginning of the game. And that made sense because our goal here was to stop them the entire time. To stop Gol and Maya. But after that, Jack 2 we didn't know who the true villain was. We kept thinking it was Baron Praxis until the end when it was the old fucking man who happened to be the lord of all the fucking metalheads. Jack Free? We didn't even have a villain for Jack Free, really. But then, after we, you know, met who the fucking Grand People are, which were basically just what Daxter is. Fucking Otzels. Like, the precursors were Otzels. Like, after that, we were then shown who the motherfucker was that we were actually going against, and it was like metal fucking... I forgot his name already. But it was him from Jak 2 who was a goddamn, like, you know, a henchman for Baron Praxis. His right-hand man. Like, in both of those games, the main villain wasn't very obvious. And in Daxter, the main villain was very obvious. Sure, we knew it was going to, you know, be Viger in a sense, because we also saw Viger's being an asshole in Jak 3. But not even Viger was the final boss of fucking Jak 3. He got the comical end. We knew what the main villain was. He made himself a bit obvious, but not that obvious. Blitz made himself honestly more fucking obvious than the Jak 1 villains. Because think about it, Gol and Maya only appeared a few times to mock you and shit. They didn't appear that much in the entire game. They weren't that frequent. GT Blitz has been mocking and making fun and fucking degrading us for the entire goddamn game. He made himself obvious from part fucking 1. So yeah. Fuck him. He is obviously Mizo. Like, how can he not be Mizo?
Grand Prix event, and this big bird expects more action than you can shake your tail feathers at.
So yeah, Eastern Tour. A tour in the middle of the Grand Prix. Not the end. That's a first. But yeah. Like, you all saw this coming. You really did. If you didn't, have you even been paying attention to the fucking story cutscene so far? Have you even paid attention to anything he has said and done to us so far? He made himself so fucking obvious the entire time. It was going to be Blitz. So yeah. He's obviously Mizo. So our final boss fight is against GT Blitz, aka Mizo. So, yeah, this tour, you've already seen it a few times. It's meh. We'll just get through it and be done. And then we'll get through one more race, which I don't think is a tour. That might be the first time and only time a Grand Prix does not end in a tour. But it does have a tour, it's just in like the middle instead. So yeah, you know, all the enemies, all our bosses are in front, by the way. GT Blitz, Razor, UR86, Cleaver. All 4 of our main villains are currently up at the top, and I'm just gonna brush right past them. How symbolic of Jak X that all of our villains just pop in, and I'm kicking their asses, kinda, until we got to the city. Now we're in the city, I'm getting my ass kicked for this, because this fucking area sucks. There's been a sewer later on, which also sucks. So, you know, this is where all the shitty tracks are, really. And also, Kira's here. Isn't Kira supposed to be our, supposed to be our fucking girlfriend? Our fucking girlfriend just killed us. Kira, Jack's fucking woman, and also Jack has been tutorializing and trying to help us the entire fucking game, is also now killing me in the Grand Tour, in this Grand fucking Prix, the final one, when we're supposed to win this one in order to get the antidote to fucking save us. This fucking plot can go fuck itself when the game doesn't give a single fucking shit about it. It really doesn't give a shit. Kira has killed me like 3 or 4 times already. She's supposed to be on my side. She joined in to help. Fuck you. Seriously, fuck you. At least GT Blitz is actually being a fucking enemy right now. He's staying pretty high up. I'm getting fucked over, but he's still there. But now, I'm bringing out the big guns. I'm bringing out the blue shell. Which means that GT Blitz is going to be first. That's fine. You wanna know what's fine? Because I'm coming for the motherfucker. I'm going to kick his ass. Fuck you, Cleaver. Oh my god. The fucking sewers. The fucking sewers.
How's that?
Girl power.
I'm pretty sure I don't actually get first in this race. Unless I get the nuke out. And then I get fucked. Why did I get fucked? Why did I get fucked, you might be asking. Because I had low health as I was against a wall. Because I can't fucking turn well in this goddamn shit port. The best I could get was third.
And the drivers cross the finish line to complete the second round. This Grand Prix is shaping up to be a real talent fighter.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. And guess what? We're tied. Me and Blitz are tied for first.
This is the last Grand Prix event. The winner here will walk away with the Cross City Grand Championship trophy. And this, grand that, all these grands my brothers are multi.
Uh-huh. So yeah, this is it. The Death Drum Circuit Race. This is it. Whoever wins between me and Blitz wins the entire thing. We're both on the same score now. All Blitz has to do is get first, or get 1 point above me, and he wins. So I gotta stay first this time.
I'm a city duck.
But yeah. But here's the thing. Even though we have been doing this so far, and even though everything has just been a race, and every Grand Prix has just been a circuit, I did say that this Grand Prix has an exception. And the exception is much like the beginning of this Grand Prix. Not the beginning of the Grand Prix, the beginning of this fucking cup. Where we did that one circuit race, but all the weapons were jammed. We couldn't use any weaponry. And I had to use the Daxter mobile to even win that one. This is similar, but not because of any of these free races. The Grand Prix itself still acts the same. It's actually your reward for beating the Grand Prix. For beating this cup. For beating the entire game, really. And also, fuck you, Kira! Anyway. What is the big surprise at the end of this Grand Prix? What is waiting for us in this fucking Grand Prix? Also, fuck you, GT Blitz. You see, now it's a fight. This is a real fucking fight now. Because GT Blitz is trying his hardest to get first. But I'm not letting him. Because if I do, I lose the Grand Prix.
No!
And there is no way in hell I'm gonna get a silver trophy after all this shit. Fuck you. I'm getting that gold. Look, Razor's right behind him. And it's just a back and forth thing with them right now. But fuck you, Razor, and fuck you, Blitz. I'm kicking both your asses and ending this immediately. And fuck these grenades too, they suck. They've always sucked. But yeah, what is the big surprise about this? What is the exception to this Grand Prix that happens after the Grand Prix? I said that all the bosses aren't really bosses except for the last one. Blitz is an actual boss fight. That's not a joke. But how is this game going to do a boss fight? It hasn't even done any fucking boss fights the entire game. So, how is a boss fight even handled in Jack X when we've seen no fucking hints on how it can even work in this game in the first place? Well, we're about to find out. Because I beat Blitz, and I've won the Grand Prix.
Yes! Thanks the great egg, it is over! It's over! Jack has won the Grass City Grand Championship! Wow! What an amazing finish! My beak is aching from all this screaming!
Nice. So I beat GT Blitz by a point, and now we get this shit.
Ha! Yes, there you have it, folks. The Grass City Grand Championship has been won in style by Jack and his racing team. What a finish! And the mysterious driver turns out to be my co-host, GT Blitz.
You did it, Jack!
Yeah, we did.
Rain, what's going on?
Relax. This whole thing was designed to flush Mizo out. As for the poison, don't worry. I've got the antidotes right here.
How could you know that Mizo would be close?
Father tried to eliminate Mizo for years, but he could never ID the man. Then we realized there is no Mizo. Or rather...
Out of my way! You broke the rules!
Blitz!
I'm Mizo! And losing the bet changes nothing! I'll crush your family and this whole city! No one else will ever know.
No one except for 200 million viewers, that is.
What?
Smile for the cameras, big boy. Every star has to fall. Right, Mizo?
Ah! You will all die!
After him, Jack!
Yep, he fucked off our award. And guess what? We're after him. So here's the thing. There are two ideas you can go for here. One of the ideas is that you're probably going to think, I'm going to race this guy and beat him. Because so far, every single fucking event has been a race. Everything has just been get first. And also, we have a shit ton of health now. But there's no red ammo around the entire track. So if we stay behind Mizo this entire time, he can never hurt us. So you're thinking, well, there's no red ammo around, and everything has been a race so far. Do I just have to beat Mizo and get first in this obvious tour track?
Take him out! Split!
Well, no. Even though there's a lot of audio going on, people talking right now, telling you to take him out, you know, they want you to kill him. This is not a race. It's a fucking battle. He has a health bar there. So if you end up, you know, getting far enough into first, like this, you fail. So here's how you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to fight him. And the thing is, he can't even hurt you back. Because there's no red ammo around the entire thing. If you're in front of him, he can hurt you. But if you stay behind him the entire time, which you will, because you have to fight him, to do any kind of damage to him, he can't hurt you. Oh sure, he'll have that pop every now and then. But outside of that, if you stay far behind him, which you will, you'll fucking deal a lot of damage to him. You even have a machine gun. Unlimited machine gun ammo to deal with. This is not a boss fight. This is really not a boss fight, when you really think about it. This is way, way too basic to be a boss fight. This is worse than the fucking boss fights in CTR, which Naughty Dog has made CTR before. This is the worst racing boss fight they've ever made in any kind of racing game. They really went downhill since the CTR shit. It's amazing. And by the way, I beat him. And this is the end of Jack X.
She'll betray you, you know. Are you still talking? Rain. She'll become even worse than me. Right. Like how you killed your own father?
And why not? He left us for his sick love of racing. And when he did, we vowed to own the whole damn sport. All of it. Every last part.
You have a habit of leaving people to die, don't you? You get used to it.
And just then, I pushed Jack to safety as the car exploded in a fiery inferno.
Wow. Great story, Dax.
Great racing, everyone.
Wonderful driving.
Thanks.
I was talking to my daughter.
Well, everyone, I must be on my way. Thank you all for helping me take out my father's enemies. This town will be a better place for it. And thank you, Jack, for showing me the light.
Take care.
Be better than your father.
You know, that old girl ain't so bad. Hey, she forgot Crew's diary.
Hello, reindeer. So it's our little secret, eh? Just pour it into your glass first. 3 seconds and no more. And yours will have no poison. The rest will get a full dose. Then we'll take down that miserable Mizo and be the top crime family in Class City. I only wish I could be there to give you a big hug. Like father, like daughter, eh?
Oh my God.
Call a meeting. I want every crime boss present. That's right. I'm running this town now. Father was too soft. No, don't eliminate the racers. They were my friends. Although probably not any longer. Ah, well, it's just business.
Who would have thunk?
Well, if you'd all been thinking with your heads.
Yeah, Jack. The important thing is we won. And we're alive.
And we brought down that scumbag Mizo.
And we rocked the racing circuit, right, Jack? I said, right, Jack? Hey! Will you kiss her already? Sheesh. Oh, yeah. That's what I call a photo finish.
And that's it. That's Jack X. And now we get to see the credits while showing off all the characters in their cars. So, that boss fight just sucked. That was the weakest part of the game, really. That was supposed to be intense. That was supposed to be a big surprise. And it was just shit. They could have done better with the boss fights, and they didn't. Here's Torn in his car. Here's Ashlyn in her car. Ashlyn was such a bitch the entire game. So, when I played this game the first time as a kid and I beat it, and I saw this ending. Oh, here's Sig, by the way. I saw this ending. I thought, how is this a good ending? Because didn't this mean that this chick we've been helping the entire time was actually tricking us? Also, here's Kira and her fucking shit-looking car. But yeah, does that mean that chick was, like, tricking us into thinking that she was going to help us and she was hit the poison herself early on while keeping the rest, like, to herself until it kind of ran out so that it wouldn't be useful anymore? And essentially making it so that even if we drank this fucking antidote, it wouldn't work. And we would die from the poison anyway. That's the impression I actually got from that ending. That after that cutscene, everyone there was going to die. Except Sig. You know, Sig was fine. But everyone there was going to fucking die. Because they drank the poison, and the bitch left the antidote alone long enough for the potency of the fucking antidote to no longer be useful enough to get rid of the poison. So basically, just being fucking that fat bastard's final fuck you to us. Just to kill us off for good. But according to so many people, no, like, they survived this. The antidote does work. Which, I don't know, it kind of contradicts this ending, because this ending really does make it seem like the antidote didn't work, and that she fucked us all over in the end. But whatever, that's Jack X. This was the last game by Naughty Dog, and, you know, afterwards it's gonna be Lost Frontier, which people just pretend didn't exist and wasn't canon, so to a lot of people, this is how Jack X ends. This is how the entirety of the story of Jack ends. But for us, we will be doing the actual final game of the Jak and Daxter series after the next part, because next part we're doing extras. And there's Blitz. We don't get any of these cars, by the way. We don't really get any of these cars. They're unique cars for the characters, but we don't actually get them. Here's Pecker's car. I mean, we can try to remake them in a way, but we don't actually get them. But we know what the cars actually are. But they have it in a unique way. And here's Daxter of Daxter. In case you're wondering, yes, Daxter and Pecker do have cars. And they're both in the extras. Both characters are in the extras, so I have to pay for them. There are final unlockable characters. And we have a bunch of parts, some antennas and helmets that we can only get from the fucking extra shop. We got hero mode, which I'm not gonna do because all hero mode is this exact same bullshit, except the AI is more bullshit. You don't get anything like special for doing hero mode, so I'm not going to bother. It's not like Jak 2 and 3 where there is something like special in the extras and shit if you do hero mode. You don't get anything for doing hero mode. So, yeah, hero mode here just really sucks. And I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this fucking part. That's gonna do it for pretty much Jak X in general. All we have left is the extras. I'll unlock a few things in extras before we end this part, which I'm going to talk to 2 characters and hero mode. But after that, everything else is going to be unlocked in the next and final part. We're going to see a lot of behind the scenes stuff and all. So where do I place this game then? currently, I placed Jack X just under Daxter. This could have been better than Daxter. It's fun in multiplayer. It's pretty neat. It has a lot of interesting shit to it. It can be enjoyable. But its biggest fucking problem is this massive disconnect between the story and the fucking game. Like, the story and the game do not connect to each other. They are completely separate entities. You can separate the two. You can get rid of all the cutscenes in this game you can get rid of. And the game would not change one fucking bit. You can just have the beginning cutscene that gives you the reason why we're doing this whole thing. Give us the character introductions. Give us those 2 ending cutscenes, like after we beat the final Grand Prix and after we beat fucking Blitz. And that's it. You don't need anything else. Because everything else in this fucking game adds to nothing for the game itself. It literally doesn't add anything to the fucking game. There are no teams here. No one's helping you. There's no big suspense in someone being angry at you. It's all just bullshit because they're all gonna try and fucking kill you anyway, so fuck them.
Watch out, boys. Here I come.
Faithfully by Jack's side in all his adventures, this girl is growing up and no longer content to be just a mechanic. Kira's looking to catch Jack's attention any way she can.
Let's make the crowd scream.
Half sports announcer, half racer, old George. GT Blitz is ready to show everyone how to win, just as long as his big pep doesn't catch too much air and slow him down. We've now unlocked both of these guys, and now I'm going to go ahead and unlock Daxter and Pecker. But yeah, that's it. That is Exhibition. We have done all the cups. We have 100%ed Jack X, essentially. Right, let's go ahead and unlock Daxter right now. And Pecker.
Orange Lightning is ready to race.
So I could know more. Our lovable Orange Lightning is ready to get out there and race on his own. Daxter will leave an orange blur around the track and an orange stain on every crash barrier. Yep, we now have Daxter. And now we're about to have Pecker.
I'll show you how to fly.
Pecker knows how to drive. This colorful featherweight can really fly around the track and leave the competition of egg on their face. We now have every other fucking character in the game. And now I'm going to go ahead and unlock hero mode. And next time, in the final part of Jack X, I'm going to unlock everything here. Which I can't actually unlock everything with what I've got. I don't have enough points for it. We need way more than 1 million fucking precursor orbs to unlock everything here. So, get ready to me showing you how to grind for these orbs. But that'll be next time in the final part of Jack X. Thanks for watching. See you then.